Mike Huckabee, who once ran as a Republican for president, is warning that if Donald Trump is arrested, if Donald Trump is in jail in 2024, if Donald Trump is taken off the ballot in 2024, then it's the end of our democracy. Not only that, but future elections will be decided by the bullet and not by the ballot.
Do you know how political opponents to those in power are dealt with in third world dictatorships, banana republics, and communist regimes? Well, it's simple. The people in power use their police agencies to arrest their opponents for made-up crimes in an attempt to discredit them, bankrupt them, imprison them, exile them, or all of the above. And if you're not paying attention, you may not realize that Joe Biden is using exactly those tactics to make sure that Donald Trump is not his opponent in 2024. Here's the problem. If these tactics end up working to keep Trump from winning or even running in 2024, it is going to be the last American election that will be decided by ballots rather than bullets.
Well, that was a lot of nonsense, but it was really dangerous what Mike Huckabee was talking about. First things first, like I said, Mike Huckabee already ran for president as a Republican. Why didn't he get locked up? Or Ronald Reagan or George Bush, either of them? What about Donald Trump is so special that he's the one that Democrats are now targeting? It's either, there's this deep state and Joe Biden is working with the Department of Justice to stop Donald Trump, who's the messenger sent from the heavens to root out the corruption of the Democrats. Or Donald Trump is a sleazy con man, real estate developer from New York, who has been conning people his entire life, who has had run-ins with the law his entire life, lawsuit after lawsuit, who lost the election because of his terrible way of conducting himself, and then tried to orchestrate right-wing militias to overthrow the Capitol building on January 6th. Clearly the latter. And that goes back to Mike Huckabee's warning that there's going to be some civil war, that elections are going to be determined by bullets, not ballots. Mike, they already tried to do that. The militias who stormed the Capitol on 1/6 had guns, Mike. And you're going to stand there and you're going to warn us about what could happen. You smooth-talking crook. We already saw it. We saw it on 1/6. It lasted an afternoon and failed miserably. Now 1,100 people have been convicted. And Donald Trump is completely powerless. He was exposed by the House Select Committee. The right-wing militias generals are all sentenced to 18 to 22 years in prison, so they're not going to be taking part in your little fantasy civil war, Mike. All of Donald Trump's co-criminals, his entourage, they're going to stand trial with him. Co-conspirators. Donald Trump is completely powerless. Where is this? Where is this organization going to come from for this army to take back the country, to take back the White House? Really, you guys are going to organize a militia to fight the most powerful military in the history of the world, who fly fighter jets? Really, Mike? What does this look like to you? And that's where this gets really dangerous. Because Mike Huckabee knows that mass shooter after mass shooter have written manifestos. It's copy and paste of what right-wing thinkers are saying. People like Mike Huckabee are saying. Like, Mike Huckabee should be standing there with his hands covered in blood because he's got blood all over his hands after he's talking like this. Right-wing mass shooters are going to murder people because of words like this. And that's what's really dangerous. And that's what makes clips like this of Mike Huckabee, this rotted, diseased thinking in the Republican Party, that's what makes it so dangerous. Because people will die. And Mike Huckabee here, standing there saying, "Oh, I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying it could happen." No, Mike, that's not how you guys think. Dangerous and dark. But I don't want to end on a dark note. So I'll say that the way our justice system is working right now, by treating a former president as a citizen and holding him accountable for his crimes, is exactly what sets us apart from those third world communist countries that Mike Huckabee warned us about. Like, literally completely twist what Mike Huckabee is saying, and you've got the right answer. But again, that goes back to kind of how delusional, how twisted the Republican Party is. That guy is a thought leader in the Republican Party. Millions of people listen to this guy. And it's completely twisted. So Mike Huckabee just continuing the family tradition of lying, distorting the facts for Donald Trump, just the way his daughter did for years as his press secretary. So the Huckabees standing on the wrong side of history, and it's dangerous what they're saying. But what they're saying is completely twisted. America stands apart from those places that he warned us about because of how we're dealing with Donald Trump.